You need to learn JavaScript because JavaScript is the most popular language in United States. Forget in United States, in everywhere in the world, everything on internet interacts with JavaScript. You need JavaScript is like the the thing. I don't know the word, but the thing you need to learn JavaScript. And now there are frameworks of JavaScript, Angular and React, and there are other things which you need to learn. But JavaScript, start with JavaScript. I'm gonna leave the link of this Udemy course, which is very awesome. You need to start there. Of course, you need to learn HTML and CSS, but start that. Take that course and learn JavaScript from zero to become a master, and that will help you a lot in your career because everybody requires to learn JavaScript. You will, at some point of time, if you are a software engineer, at some point of time you will be coding in JavaScript, you will be writing JavaScript. So highly recommend it. Now if you learn Angular and Node and some form of database and business logic and all of those things, you're golden. You don't even need backend language because Node is kind of a backend, Angular is kind of a front end, and then if you know how to talk to a database like NoSQL or SQL, you're all good, sorted. So I'll leave the link in the description, the course which I think is going to help you for that very particular thing. If you can't afford that course, start with online free tutorials on edX, and then there are some on YouTube, and then there are a lot of them are on W3 schools. So go on W3 schools and start working on that. Now I'm gonna kind of segue before I go to backend. I'm gonna talk about when you do enroll in the course and when you start working on, they'll give you like short assignments. I seen the coursework and they said that this is the program you have to solve. They will make you write a calculator, they will make you write some like basic problems. Don't just write it and put it on your computer. Create a GitHub account. This was by the fourth thing. Create a GitHub account because as a developer you need to have GitHub. You need to understand how Git works. GitHub is basically a website where you can use a Git. Git is basically what you use to version your code, like 1.0.0, then 1.1, like branches and all of those things. So you need to, if you don't know anything about it, you need to start learning about those things. You need to take tutorials on how to use GitHub and how to create your repositories. For every problem you solve on website, on lit code or on your JavaScript course or backend course, anything, you need to start uploading programs on GitHub. Now I'll tell you another thing. Once you do on GitHub, once your program is uploaded on GitHub, what you do, share it on LinkedIn. Say that, write like few lines like, this is the program, this I'm learning JavaScript and I learned this thing, this is the program I just stored. This will start developing your personal brand. Recruiters are on LinkedIn and they will be looking at those things when you apply to those companies. Moving back to on for front end, JavaScript, just focus on those things. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. I mean, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap is like kind of mandatory. You need to know those, but JavaScript is what you will focus on. Angular and Node and maybe React. Those are the three things which I would highly recommend you. Now moving on to the backend. What should you learn? Java is like third most popular language in United States, all over the world. Everybody uses Java, and there's a lot of company who uses Java. So I would highly recommend you to, if you are a backend guy or girl, you probably will be knowing about Java. And if you don't, then start learning Java. There are millions of places where you can go and start learning. I'll try to find something in Udemy or Coursera, and I'll leave the link in the description so you can go and find it. I'm personally not a backend guy because I don't like a backend. I like to see something, what I can visually see, that if I click something and I can see what's happening or design something. But backend, you're basically making APIs and web services calls and all of those things. So that's not my thing, but maybe that is what you want to be working on and that is what you are interested in. So enroll in those courses. I'll leave the link in the description. Now, if you are a backend or a front end, there's very important thing which people miss out on is SQL. SQL is structure query language, which is used very like almost all the companies, not almost No, not almost all the companies uses SQL. Like all the companies who are either website, mobile app, everything, they have a database. And either you are a front-end developer or a backend, you need to understand how to talk to database. It can be SQL, it can be NoSQL, whatever that database, MongoDB, whatever that database, you need to know how to talk it. SQL is so underrated and not like, I don't understand why people don't learn that. If you learn SQL and front end, you are so solid, like you will be very highly in demand. So learn SQL when you learn either front end or back end. And even when you are learning front end, learn a little bit of backend, because then you will have an edge over a lot of other people. So SQL, Java, JavaScript, those are like complete package. Now some people might also like .NET. So if you like .NET is fourth after, it comes a little bit after Java. It's not bad at all. 100% recommended. Go for .NET as well. C# is another backend language, so if you want, go and learn that as well. Now again, coming to my fourth point, which I already talked about, is GitHub. It's very important. Like a lot of people will ask you, even in when you apply for jobs, a lot of applications will tell you to put your GitHub profile. And now if you don't have it, it's gonna be a little embarrassing, while like, okay, I need to apply but I don't have it, and then you start creating your GitHub profile and try to upload those things. Don't do that. Upload every single thing. It is like your Instagram, it is like your Twitter, it's like your Facebook and LinkedIn. Just like how you have social media, it's most likely your social media of your core. It represents who you are as a developer. So if you say that I ate dinner in this thing, I went to mall, I went to this thing, all those things you start putting on Instagram. Do the same thing on GitHub. But like if you solve a calculator problem, if you solve whatever your assignment, your school assignment, your college assignment, you make a website, upload the code on GitHub and start creating different repositories and start uploading it on GitHub, because that is so valuable. When people see that you are active on GitHub, that is very valuable. Now let's talk about the fifth thing, which is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is your personal brand. Everybody's on LinkedIn. Entire attention is on LinkedIn. A lot of recruiters are on LinkedIn, hiring managers are on LinkedIn. What happens is when you apply for a job, anytime you apply for a job, I as a hiring manager, when I get a recruiter saying that, hey, these are 10 people who applied, I'm gonna go on their LinkedIn and start looking at like, what does this person look like, what does he do, does he have anything on LinkedIn, and that gives me a very good understanding of that person. But if you don't have anything, that also kind of gives me like, I don't know, in a way you have an, as the person who has up to date has an unfair advantage, because he's creating his personal brand on LinkedIn, and whereas you did not focus on it and you just focused on your syllabus, coursework and activities. Sorry, this video is super long, but this is so important and you need to understand, because a lot of people miss out on this important things and doing it, and you need to do this thing. Again, my point is that work on LinkedIn and be active on LinkedIn. Don't just create and put a picture and that's about it. Be active on LinkedIn. If you like, I here's my LinkedIn ID, connect with me. I put a question or something and comment. There are recruiters, there are your dream companies. Comment on those things and give some form of input on it. Or like if you share something, if you work on, if you got something, share it on LinkedIn. It is like documenting your journey, because then that says a story of you and it makes easier for hiring managers and recruiters. Final thing is creating website and web apps for yourself. Now, when you learn all of those things, what do you do? And if you have already done all of those things, I would highly recommend you to start creating website and take a domain and start hosting this website. GitHub is a great way to host your website on. GoDaddy or Wix, or there are HostGator. There are so many online platforms where the domains are for like $1 or $2 and 99 rupees, 100 rupees. It's easy for you to just like maybe develop a website which fetches the weather API and all of those fancy things. Like just create something and upload it on website for people to see what you have worked on. Create your own portfolio. Like it is so important for developers to have your own portfolio, because that kind of represent, if you're especially for front-end developer, if you're a front-end developer and you developed your own portfolio, it shows me that you're working on your skill and you are active on your skill. If you worked for your father's business, or if you work for your friends, whatever, some restaurant or your friend's bakery store, whatever, just go and ask for free. Tell them like, hey, you are a photographer, I want to create a portfolio website for you for free. Do you mind if I do that? And just create something for them for free, because they're not going to say no, and you are the one who's going to get the credit. That is how you build your experience. For the people who are complaining, I don't have experience, this is how you're going to get experience. And now the catch-22 is, when you do something and when you create something, upload it on LinkedIn that, hey, I just created this website, check it out, and these are the some things. Write an article, these are the languages I use, this is the fun thing. And when you are solving the problems on the website, document those things, because that is how you will develop your personal brand on LinkedIn. All right, one more bonus tip which I want to give you is look up your dream jobs, dream roles. So if your dream company is Google, Facebook, Microsoft, whatever your dream company is and whatever your dream role is, software engineer, front-end developer, back-end developer, whatever that is, start looking it up on LinkedIn and look at their skill section and qualification section and see what are the skills they are listing down. Once you start doing that, that's how you're gonna be like, okay, they asked for this, they asked for this, they asked for this. You're like starting to prepare yourself for this. This is your time to do all of these things which you were not able to do it. So look up your dream thing. And then LinkedIn has this cool feature where sometimes they will say, these are the recruiter who posted these jobs. Send them the connection request. Obviously, when you send them a connection request, don't use the default template of LinkedIn by just clicking connect. Write a message. Hey, I'm an aspiring software developer. I saw this is my dream company, whatever, XYZ. I'm very passionate about it. I'm working on my freelancing, my portfolio, blah, 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 blah. Develop a script and then send them that message. Make it a little personal to them. Like, why did you want to connect with them? And connect with them. Why do I say that? Is because they are constantly looking for people. So when you connect with them and when you upload your GitHub profile on it, or when you upload a code on it, when you upload that you have made a website, it's going to give them some form of notification, and that's how they're going to find you. It's like, hey, this person is super active, let's click on him and see what he's up to. So that's how people miss out on those things. These are the things which you're not going to learn in anywhere in school and anywhere in college. This is how the real world works. As hiring manager, this is what are the things I'm gonna look for. So I highly recommend you to do these things. Again, I'm very sorry for the video to be super long. I think it is very, very, very important, and I hope that this value, it adds a lot of value. Again, these are from all my friends who are working on Bay Area, Silicon Valley, gave me these tips, and I'm giving you these tips to work on these things. Highly recommend you to do all of these things, and come back in the next video. We'll talk about LinkedIn personal branding, resume tips. I have another video on resume tips. I'm going to talk about those things. So a lot of fun content planned. So keep watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, until our next one, keep smiling and keep hustling.